Mr. Kumsi out there.
Hi.
Hey,
Good.
You're good?
Yeah, I'm
You're
fine.
welcome.
Hi, guys.
Kumsi with a double what?
Kumsi with a double N.
N.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know, sometimes you have to be a bit stylish with the way you do your things. But I mean, this one is not been about being stylish. It's just
When you use the N,
when I use the
they
one
told
N,
you that the other is you take it.
So I'm just like, okay, let me just add an extra N so that I'll be able to keep it. Because sometimes you have to make sure you keep the brand the way it is. Yeah. So even considering to go birth and death and just go and my birth certificate, they should add one N to mine Kumsi. So to become a unique.
Will your family understand?
It's not up to them.
It's not up to them.
Right now that he's of age, it doesn't matter about them.
More than this. Just I worry pen I'm worry, but yeah, I'm a big boy.
No comment on that.
Where no comment means?
No comment means no comment. Let's move on. Before you came in studio, we were having an interesting conversation. We were talking about people's...
But wait, you the bio.
Wow.
Did you realize you're on TV? Thank you. So as I was saying...
No, wait. You the B.
Okay.
He's doing his traffic avenue things.
Okay, we are not on radio, we're on
Actually,
TV.
you the B.
Can I get some tissue, please?
Listen, guys. Ignore him. Look, we're having this conversation earlier about job hunting.
Wait. She the B. I
I
just want to be emphatic on it.
but we know. So what's your issue?
No, my issue is sometimes you see, but we have to hammer it and stress it home.
Okay. I can say the B.
Echo, thank you. I appreciate it.
Now go on.
Hey.
Go ahead.
So, as I was saying before you interrupted.
Rudely.
No, not rudely. So I'll spare the rude. Before you interrupted,
Okay,
we're having a conversation about people's job hunting experiences. I'm sure you may have one, two, or many. Which has been your most difficult? Share with us. We want to know that.
When he's laughing, means he has some.
The way he has started laughing out already, we want to hear.
So I remember this time I had completed like high school, and I was just in the house, and my dad. So my mom was like, "Oh, I mean, what if you so go and find something to do."
Yeah.
And my dad was like, "No, just stay at home." And all that. So one time my mom went to her and was like, "Oh, she met a friend. The friend says there's a job somewhere. I can go do it, blah, blah." And I was like, "Okay, cool. Why not?" So she gave me her friend's number and then I called. And she was like, "Oh, Ejumano Ewa Krao. Enti, I know about this time." And I was like, okay, cool. So I went to Accra. So it was Cantamanto.
As in Accra Central.
Accra Central, Cantamanto, inside somewhere. So when I was going, I called my mom. And I was fairly young. So I called my mom, I was like, "Hey, ma, almost said you want to Cantamanto." So, "Hey, you can still go. I was like, "Okay." So I went, I called the person, he was like, "Oh, I'm standing here." He's like, "Oh, okay, me foul." I was like, "Okay." Then this one comes to pick me up. So me in my head, that day when I was going, I mean, you're going for a juba. So trouser, shirt, tie, check shoe. I mean, SS boy. I think I go sit office, go right.
I can't believe it. I can see where this is going.
So there was let's go. So we're going there. We started entering some corners B. I was like, "Hey, where is this office crowd?" Charlie, we got to the place. It's a sanitary wear shop.
Okay.
Where they sell toilet seats, sink, and everything.
Okay.
So I was like, "Oh, okay. I mean, it's not bad. If you're going to put it behind the counter to be recorded, like, oh, somebody has bought this, inventory and everything, that's no problem." And then I was like, "Oh, boy, they need." And then they were like, "Here, oh, that's what they said. Who's this? Kofi, man, a shirt back away. So that was after remove my shirt. Now they gave me a t-shirt. Do you know what I was going to do? No. When people come and buy the sanitary wear, I'll carry it.
You
my head,
follow them
and we'll put it in their car. So then they gave me the t-shirt. So they said give me the shirt. I thought it was like
so nice.
But it was t-shirt. So that t-shirt they say, "Okay, it's all that now. Why? We should know you're comfortable." I'm saying, "I don't know how buy." "Oh, okay, send the first day. We get now. Why? We to no atama ko jano. Why? Because you show someone one day. I'm saying, "You better try." I picked the first one, I picked the second one, I called on that. I said, So ejuma we beto toilet seat that bafa kojaro. O se kwe maybe ye kaya ibi kaya ba yashi. So what that means is me everybody on your kaya kofi. I was just like, oh my god.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean that was like my worst experience. From that day, my dad was like, no, you are not going anywhere, just sit at home. When it's time for you to go to university, you would go. So that was it. But then again, I just had to do other things. We said, yeah, find my feet. But yeah, today we are here. We must swak that, but I'm just me.
I know, right? No, but I think, you know, we need to broaden our thinking as parents to encourage our children to develop a good work ethic at a young age.
Very, very
you know,
true.
because a lot of people come into the workforce and they are very lazy. Honestly, anyhow, you know, it's not good at all.
And you see, sometimes you have to go through the mail.
Yeah.
You know, if you don't go through the mail, when you get a bigger opportunity, you need to appreciate
can't handle it well. Yeah.
Well, because I remember, like, I've done a few menial things here and there. That I was telling some. So that I was with somebody in art center. When I got there, everybody was like, oh, Echo. And I was like, why do they know you? I'm like, oh, I've worked here before.
Wow.
I was like, really? I was like, yeah. The djembe, the drums, I've polished it before.
That's right.
Yeah, I've polished djembe before. You know, so you see, when it comes out like that, it is shoe polish. That's what they used to do with the color.
But you know, people see you now and then they don't even think that somebody like Echo may have done something like that. When you tell them, they're like, you don't even look like.
Oh, no.
Now what are you going to exactly?
Yeah, that's the thing. You know,
and if you do some of these jobs, for me, I always appreciate my time in art center because it gave me a broader spectrum. I got to know how some of these things are done. So when I see somebody holding it, I appreciate what they are doing.
Yeah.
You know, it made me appreciate the little things that people do.
Yeah.
Somebody comes and the only thing they come and do is they come and just tighten the drums and that's it. That's their job.
Wow.
And if they don't do that,
the
whole
drums
thing will not
sound
be
the correct way.
complete.
do you understand? So these are the little things that you have to appreciate. But the other jobs, I cannot say it on there.
Okay, you let's talk entertainment first.
Now tell us what's happening this weekend.
Yeah, I mean, a lot's happening this weekend. I will give you a few of them. But let's start it off with Kobby Spiky. So,
who's he?
So Kobby Spiky, he's a tech guy, a tech guru.
Okay.
If you are a big fan of Samsung, you will know this guy. Like, once Samsung breaks a phone, he's the one that reviews it. And so then you have him in your shot. One of like the tech heads.
Okay.
I'll say he's a tech heady in Ghana. I mean, reviews literally all of Samsung stuff. He will tell. He's the only person when he tells you that Samsung is better than iPhone, believe it. Don't argue. Don't try and go and argue with him about Samsung and iPhone, which one is better. Don't try it because the things he will pull from Samsung, he understands both phones. Yeah. And he's also like somebody who is also big into laptops, computers, and everything. So if you really want tech advice or you want somebody to consult when it comes to tech stuff, this is a guy to go to, Kobby Spiky. And so he's a tech guy, that's what everybody knows him as.
Okay.
But apparently he's also a music producer at night.
Wow.
So he's I'll call him a geek. You know, these people who when they get home into their lab, head buried into their computers, doing stuff. So he's also a music producer.
Okay.
But I mean, that's a part that most people don't know
about him.
But then the OG. So recently, even Hammer was on one of the media houses and was saying like Kobby Spiky is like one of the OG music producers. Yeah.
Amazing.
So he produced a sound. And he said one time he was home and then a friend of his called him like, hey, I think I've heard one of your sounds on the internet. I was like, where? He said, CAF, they are CAF Awards. So 2018 CAF Awards, they picked one of his sounds. So most of the people do not know CAF. So CAF is a Confederation of African Football. So they manage all our football issues in Africa. Now, they picked one of his sounds and then they used it for a promo. Now they are saying it was not for promotional purposes. But then they picked one of his sounds and used it and posted it on social media. Let me put it that way. Because they are saying it's not for promotional purposes. So it was like, so he said he reached out to them and he was like, hey, you know, you've picked my material without my permission. So you need to compensate me. And then they were like, oh, okay, we didn't know, blah, blah, blah. So we are going to delete it, all of that, So it was like, okay, then they deleted it. So he wanted to pursue it, and then a lot of people were telling him, oh, this one, it won't get anywhere. You know, you won't be able to get anything out of it. It won't amount to anything. Forget about it. So he said the words of those people started getting to him.
Yeah.
Until he met a lawyer that told him that, hey, it's your intellectual property. You own the copyright. You can actually take them on and make good money out of it. So he met these lawyers, and then they pursued the case for him and they pushed it. Now, interesting thing is this. Just last Saturday, I was on the chat with Frankie 5 and Beat Menace.
Okay.
Kofi Beat Menace. And we're talking about copyright. What people need to know, what people need to understand. How can some of these things be developed? And free advice to the young people out there, or anybody, if you're a voiceover artist, you are a music producer, you're a songwriter, whatever it is, make sure you copyright every single material you have out there. Because especially also if you're a DJ, you will never know. You've created a jingle. It is out there. Somebody sees it, the person picks it, uses it. You don't own the copyright. If you've not gone to the copyright office to register it, you don't own the copyright yet. So they can pick it, use it, and you won't get a penny out of it. The person can make millions from it, but you won't get a penny out of it. So make sure you copyright some of these things. So I was very excited when I heard that somebody has actually won a case, a copyright case. So he took them on, and then they've been going through the process. So the case, CAF released the video in 2018.
Okay.
Now, for 2 years, he was contemplating whether he should take them on or not, until he met his lawyer in 2020, no, 2022.
Okay.
And then they decided to take it on.
Okay.
2 years down the line, he has won the case, and the court in Accra has decided, or has a commercial court in Accra has ordered CAF to pay Kobby Spiky $250,000.
Wow.
$250,000, man,
for using his material without his permission.
Wow.
This should tell you out there that Charlie, there is money to be made. Yes, from this whole intellectual property thing. Even recently, when we went for the Creative Forum, when we had the business festival, we went for a Creative Forum. One guy asked a very key question. He was like, what can be done for people who even do these designs and everything? Because most of the time, they do the designs and they take one-off payments.
Okay.
Now, 30 years down the line, the design is still there. People are still making millions of Ghana cedis out of it. And you probably, when you designed, let's say, some 30 years ago, you took, say, 200 Ghana cedis. But right now, that design is worth over millions of Ghana cedis. So what can people do when it comes to some of these things? You have an artwork out there. You've not gone to copyright it, nothing. Somebody can pick it, recreate it, and will own the rights to it. Even recently on the chat also, I interviewed Afrani Maid. And he said, no, he has not even has still done copyright for any of his works. Now the works out there, somebody can pick it, go and remake it, and you will lose the copyrights to it. Sometimes when you are the original owner, it may work in your favor, but can you prove it that, hey, I am the original owner? So these are things that people need to know. So 250,000 cedis CAF has been ordered to pay to Kobby Spiky, and then also 40,000 Ghana cedis in damages to the legal team. So that's what is happening right now. I mean, 250,000 US dollars is a huge amount of money. But then, you know, the other side of this whole thing is this, and you are also the host of Question of Law. You know, when when a judgment is made, you have the right to appeal. Do you understand? You say, hey, 250 is too much. Or you can even say, I don't think I have to even pay him anything because he doesn't own blah, 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 and everything. So the only thing that will back up Spiky from having this 250,000 Ghana cedis as of now is when CAF appeals. However, they pursue the case on a civil ground and also on a criminal ground, because when you pick somebody's intellectual property, it can be civil and it also can be criminal. So they are also pursuing the case on the criminal grounds, which is also ongoing. So let's hope and see what happens there. So yeah, that's the case with Kobby Spiky, I mean, in a nutshell. But
very interesting.
If you're a creative person out there, you write lyrics, you produce sound, you produce jingles. Jingles are things that people just say, oh, is that way they might just kind of. But somebody can take it and, you know, use it one day. You produce jingles, you're a voiceover artist, whatever it is that you do, make sure you go out there and go and copyright your things. It's very, very important. Now, this weekend, there'll be two interesting events happening, one in Accra, one in London. Now, I'll start with the London event. So, Nasi has this concert he calls Cavod. So it's a combination of comedy and music. So it brings, you know, comedians and musicians together, have a good time, enjoy themselves and everything. Now the 2024, I think 2023 had one. Now there's a London edition that will be happening tomorrow, 20th of July. and it will be happening at the Dominion Center, Broadway, High Road, London. So make sure you go there to go have a good time. So Nasi will be leading the charge. Nanama McBrown is on there. Ohima Messi is on there. Emmanuel Kwesi Boete, who is a Pentecost pastor, is also on there. Vivian Jill, comedian, on there. Chichiku, comedian, on there as well. Dr. Likey, comedian, on there as well. Foster Romanus is also going to be on there. Clemento Suarez will also be performing. Perez Music is there. He'll be performing, and then Kofi Owusu Pepra. He would also be performing. So Kofi Owusu Pepra is the guy who has remade you know, his dad was the original composer. So he remade it. I mean, his dad, I don't think his dad would take it off for copyright issues. It would happen. So yeah, that's what will be happening tomorrow, live in London. So Nasi is, you know, taking this whole crew of Ghanaian creatives to London to go and have a good time. I feel like right now, the London move, no, they happen. Because last week too, Ghana party in the park.
We gotta get on the boat, man.
The DMV event in the US, a lot of creatives. So it looks like right now we are cementing our grounds when it comes to Europe and everything. So that's what is happening tomorrow in London. So make sure you go to Dominion Center, enjoy yourself, have a good time. I know it's going to be a very, very beautiful event, because last year when I heard about the Ghana edition, man, it was a good event, man. Like the comedian, the musicians, how it was able to bring both of them together was just beautiful to see. So yeah, make sure you're able to have a good thing like that tomorrow. Also in Accra, right in Nyaniba, we'll be having the S Live concert. So S the legend, or a Sylvia as we used to know her, she's an alternative artist. So she's one of the young female acts out there who is doing amazingly well for herself. She likes to, she doesn't like to do the regular things. She likes to do alternative music. So what nobody's paying attention to, that's what she likes to focus on. So she'll be having an event tomorrow, S Live, and it's an indoor event which has an outdoor bit, but they are trying to create a night beach experience.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's going to be a very, very good one. 20th of July, that's tomorrow. Time is 8 p.m. and then the after party is 8:30. So Bandor, if you know Nyaneba, once you go down, you take your right, opposite where they saw this popular wachi. Oh, forgotten the name of the one. Kataudieso.
Yes.
Kataudieso.
Yeah.
You go down, take your left,
Okay.
it will take you down there. Or even if you put it in Google. Yeah, it will take you there. 120 CDs, just go have a good time, enjoy
And
yourself.
you're gonna make it like a night beach experience.
Yes. A created night beach experience.
Wow.
So
I wonder how they're gonna pull that off.
yeah, I mean it's something that happens. You know, recently now people are trying to create more experiences even in enclosed environments.
Right.
Yeah. So they'll try and create like a 90s experience.
Yeah.
You know, where people like you have to go get the thing. They create a forest experience. I recently saw a party where they created a forest experience.
Yeah.
I also saw a party where they created, so it was so interesting. So all these people I'm talking about, like this people in this party are 30 and below, but then the experience was the grandma and grandpa experience. So everybody that was coming was holding a walking stick. You'll be like grandma dressed in the whole with the gray hair and everything.
Yeah.
So people are trying to create experiences because you know parties lately or events lately are becoming pretty stale.
Yeah.
Because it's just like, okay, let's all come together, let's all jam and go away. But once you create an experience for them, people always look forward to the experience.
I love that.
You know, like people say throwback edition.
Yes.
Throwback edition is very good because then people go back in time. Then people are more excited about it.
Yes.
So I think the night beach experience is going to give people more to look forward to. Like, I hope you guys are going to bring beach sand and everything.
When I heard the night beach experience, I'm thinking beach sand.
Yeah, they'll bring beach sand. They have to.
They have to, because if not, what would be the nice beach experience without the sand?
Yeah, so
Being in the sun.
they have to. They'll bring the night beach experience, and so I'm looking forward to be there. I really want to be there because S is like a very, very great art. I hosted on the chat recently, and it was very, very beautiful.
And she's been on Breakfast Today a few times
Yeah,
as well.
Charlie. And I love her music. And also performing there will be Titi Owusu, who will be performing. And then also Ara the J. You know Ara the J?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, that guy with his balaclava every time. Good. By the way, Ara the J has dropped his music video for C'est La Vie.
Okay.
C'est la vie, yeah. We love it out here. So make sure you go to his YouTube channel, Ara the J. Support this young chap because he's doing amazingly well. Also, his album or his EP's out, Finding Nemo series. So make sure you go enjoy it as well. And then on the chat this weekend, we are doing something special. This weekend, we are doing something very, very special. Now, you know Freddie Ma.
Yes.
Yes, Freddie Chamensa.
Yes.
And then also Apietus. These are two legends in our Ghanaian music industry. So we want to celebrate them.
Okay.
Now, how are we celebrating them? We are actually going to bring them in studio. We are going to get people to send us their favorite songs from these two people.
Oh, wow.
Then they tell us the creation of these songs. How did these songs happen?
Oh, I love
And
that.
then also they would also tell us maybe two of the songs that they created that they enjoyed creating so much. Who was the most stressful artist they worked with? Who was the most fun
Very
artist they worked
interesting.
with? You know, like, did they even think when somebody, so one of the artists, maybe an artist walks into their studio and says, I want to produce, do they even think the artist is going to go really far?
Yeah.
You know, and you know, Apietus also played a key role in the whole Azonto era.
Yes.
What contributed to that? How did we lose sight of that? Most people do not know a lot of songs that were produced by Freddie Ma. Most people do not.
Right.
Yeah.
So he will also come and talk about it. And you know, Freddie Ma is good with, like, you know, in 1950 when we he will give you the dates and everything as to how some of these things happen. So it's going to be amazing. It's going to be fantastic. I'll get to enjoy it as well. So
Yeah.
I'll be on there as well. But our surprise act, I'll save it for tomorrow. Yeah.
So if they want to see that, they should tune in to the
Yeah,
chat.
tune in to the chat tomorrow at 6:30 p.m. Man, I'll be in my seat with my cocktail. I'm sorry if I enjoy the cocktail at home and jabbing. I'm very sorry. Very, very sorry. But yeah.
All
I got
right,
to
all right,
enjoy
all right.
it. But before we go, I want to wish a happy birthday to Mr. Easy. Today is his birthday.
Oh, okay.
Happy birthday to you, Mr. Easy, the Banku man, the Bankulized man. Enjoy yourself. Have a good one. You know, I know. Probably we are turning up today in your joint, and then also to the Zoom himself,
Yeah.
Professor
The
Azuma
prof.
Nelson.
The prof. The one and
Salute.
only prof in sports, man. He was just a fantastic gentleman. Well, we do have a few more messages from the conversation we were having earlier.
Yeah.
So don't move an inch. Let's read the messages. So, hi, good morning. I'm David from Agona Swedro. I'm a graduate from UG I'm a graduate from UG 5 years ago, and I have been into beekeeping and other agricultural activities like peanut farming after I graduated. These businesses are sustaining me because the demand for honey is high.
Oh, wow.
You see? And this is what we've been saying, that solve someone's problem.
Yes.
You get paid for it.
Yes.
Yeah.
There's another one here from Benjamin who sends this one from Saboba, right? He says, talking about getting a job in Ghana is headache. I'm a student nurse. Looking at the number of nurses seated in the house is heartbreaking. What's the future for nurses? And looking at the fees we pay each semester only to finish school and go back to zero. God help us. Indeed, God help us.
You know, Echo, I wanted to just say this about the nurses, right? My father was ill last year. We had to hire home care nurses for him. That's when I discovered that there are people who graduate from nursing training, whether it's the certificate level or it's a degree level. When they graduate, they decide, look, we're going to do business with this nurse, right? And we met at least 2 or 3 different organizations that have been started by nurses.
Right.
You see, and what they are saying is that the person he's employing his colleagues, his colleague nurses.
Yes, to come take care of the aged.
So now he's the point person. He's the CEO of the business, and because think about it, as we are becoming a larger population, an aging population, because healthcare, as bad as it is actually way better than it was some years ago. So people are living longer. Our life expectancy is climbing.
Right.
You're going to need care for older people. more care for older people. So think about this. It means that geriatric care and the nurses go hand in hand.
Yeah.
We need nurses to take care of people. So
Yes.
why are people sitting at home
And
and
not-
saying that
yes.
there's no work?
You see, I always when you can create something.
can create
and I always say this: we do not, our curriculum do not teach people how to create business.
Yes.
Our curriculum
It's a problem.
is structured to make you go find somebody's already established business and work for the person.
Yeah.
Do you get?
Yeah.
So we don't take conversations of like entrepreneurship seriously.
Seriously, yeah.
We don't take conversations of how to keep a business or how to start a business seriously. Myself, I'm an example. I wouldn't take myself out of this. I remember when I was in school, one of the courses I hated doing was entrepreneurship.
Okay.
When I was in university, UPSA, I studied marketing. And we had a course on entrepreneurship.
Okay.
That was a course that I was there.
You didn't like
I
at
didn't
all.
even
You paid
going for
attention
class. I didn't go for lectures. I was just
What was
writing.
it about it that put you off so much?
So you see, it's like I'm saying, because we've not been programmed to think, oh, you can own a business one day if you learn this. For me, it's always like, but why am I studying this anyway? I don't even have plans of owning
when
a
I
business
finish,
one
no,
day.
I'll
I'm
go
going
and
to
I'll
look
go
for
and
a
work
job,
anyway.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I don't see the need for this.
Okay.
Do you understand?
Yeah.
And it was more theory than it should be
practical.
practical.
Yeah. Which is
Right.
also a problem.
But now, I was recently taking a course with ALX.
Okay.
And it's a tech course. Now, at a point in time during the curriculum, you are getting to now start a business. It is taking you through a systematic process of how to start a business, how to even ideate,
Okay.
how to look for an opportunity in
Okay.
a problem that's already
Okay.
existing.
Yeah. Okay.
So let's say travel,
Okay.
right? Which is something I was very excited about. Now, travel. When you look at the tourism space in Ghana, how can you create a system where when people come in, they'll be able to find opportunities before they get here? How, you see, so now when they give you the great, and they've structured something, great challenges, great opportunities, how is the world moving? So when people, I feel like back then in university, if I had the studies like this, structured this way,
Yeah.
I would have taken it
Yes.
more serious because I know, oh, there's a problem here. I can tackle it.
Yeah.
Education. People are saying that, oh, people do not have textbooks.
Yeah.
How can we create a system for them to now access the textbooks online and study there?
Thank you.
So you see, somebody has found a problem
Yeah.
and has created a
So,
solution for it.
yes.
But for us, it is, oh, the person has found a problem already. All the problems in the world have been solved. But not all the problems have
No.
been solved.
In fact, there are more problems now than there were 50 years
Exactly.
ago. Yeah. Yeah.
When you see these women who go around picking pure water rubber,
Yes.
Yes.
do you know actually somebody has created a platform for them to now be able to sell it off there, and then now they will become the middleman between them and the big organizations.
Oh, wow.
Because if you pick 200 pieces of
Yeah.
rubber, you cannot go and sell it to a
Sell
big
it,
company.
yes.
No.
But you can sell it to me,
Yeah.
I'll accumulate everything,
Yeah.
I'll
And
pay
sell
you,
it.
Yeah.
and then I will sell the bulk to
To
the...
the- yeah.
So these are some of the things. We should have a systematic thing where they will teach us how to be entrepreneurs when we are growing up.
Yeah.
And then also not everything that you can... We're also at the age where everybody, once he starts it, he wants it to hit immediately.
Yeah.
So if he starts it 1 year, 2 years,
Yeah.
then he pushes it aside, moves on to the next thing.
Or
Yeah.
do something else.
Exactly.
Because-
But once you start a business, you have to give it time. Give it time to breathe. Give it time to settle.
Yeah.
And then it will take off. So
Yeah.
I feel like these are some of the problems that we are facing
Yeah.
actually. And but I mean also then again we have to put it out there. Not every single person will be an entrepreneur.
No, as for that
Yes.
one, it's true.
okay.
But every single person should have a skill.
Exactly.
Do you see?
100. I
Uh-huh.
agree.
So, because for me, your skill can be turned into a money-making venture if you so
Right.
please.
Yeah.
Right.
But your skill will also give you advantages
Yeah.
ahead of your other colleagues in any job.
Yeah.
Right.
You see, so it's one of the things that, I mean, for me, we can't overstate this thing about let's acquire more skills. Okay, let's put in the effort. Like you were saying, you're learning something on ALX. You see, today it's easy to learn a lot of skills if you want to.
Yeah.
Because there are lots of tutorial videos online
Yeah,
you could
everywhere.
access.
Yeah.
People have gone out of their ways to actually take you through. People learn sewing, people learn breeding,
Yeah.
all sorts of things online. You just need to be dedicated to it. Know that this is what I want to do. If you don't even have the money to actually enroll yourself in a physical class, start from somewhere.
Yeah.
Do you understand me? Just start from somewhere. I know someone who is a self-taught breeder. She taught herself on YouTube.
That's
and
it.
she's doing
Great.
so well.
That's it. Yeah.
So
You
well.
make a lot of money.
You can make something. If you have a swimming pool in your house, you're not using it for anything.
Yeah.
Use it to start a swimming team.
Yes.
Next day you can
and start
compete
and do yes,
in
do
the
classes.
Channel
train
One.
people.
National Swimming Championship.
That's all.
You can,
Simple.
you see, you can always
There are
do something.
ways, there are-
I always say you can always do something. Recently, I saw Wedemaya posted on one of the social media platforms. He said, "Hey, you are looking for a job, and you are what? You are looking for a job, but you are using an iPhone 14 Pro." And then everybody started attacking him. But what is this?
Yeah.
And then he's like, "Yo, what you have in your palm
Yeah.
can
It's
create
money,
for you."
yes.
Yeah.
You know, like you can create so much with what you have in your palm. So let us be mindful of the things that we can do.
Yeah, with what
the
we
little-
already have.
With what we already have.
Already
Charlie,
have,
we're always looking for, and also this mindset of if it's not in the office where I'll sit down
Yeah.
by a
In
desk
a nice outfit.
and then the laptop and I'm
Yeah.
doing petek, that means I'm not. Let me tell you, I know a lady who is selling fish.
Yeah.
She's my classmate. She's selling fish now. Not to undermine people who sell
Yeah.
fish. But then when I meet her, I can't get close to her because one of the money she gets, I don't get half.
Wow.
But what does she do? She goes to the coast or takes the fish,
Yeah.
goes to sell it to the people who want to get it, takes the money, goes back there. Now she's doing business. She's making good money. So Charlie,
That's it.
it's not always the office and the
That's not for everybody, you know.
Thank you, Uncle. Thank
Anyway,
you very much
thank you
for
so
joining
much.
us
for having
this
me.
morning. All right. Okay.